Hi guys, so a little bit of a different video from me today. A couple of days ago I saw Richard Denny, he's changed his YouTube name to Bookishly Richie, upload a video called Goodreads Picks My Makeup Challenge. I'm not sure who the originator of this challenge is, but I will find out and try and remember to link it in the description below. But basically you put your initials into Goodreads, and the book that pops up as a suggestion, you look through the sort of different covers and you pick one and you base your makeup off the look that it, you make a look based off this cover. So I put my initials into Goodreads, and the book that came up for me was Eat, Pray, Love, and I just went with the first edition that popped up. So I'll insert the cover now. Now it's kind of hard because I'm not very creative makeup wise. I love makeup. I don't wear makeup every day, but I do love my makeup products, but I tend to stick very neutral. So this works out quite well for me. I've got the cover in front of me so that I can sort of work off of it. So yeah, what I get from that is quite neutral, but with some pops of colour. So I'm thinking neutral colours, and then a pop of pink, a pop of yellow, and a pop of purple maybe. So let's see how we get on. So take my glasses off. So I'm now kind of blind. So I'll have my little mirror here so we can see how we get on. I do have sort of like a makeup trunk in front of me, so I've tried to get everything that I need kind of close by so that I'm not reaching for too much. So foundation wise, I mean, obviously I'm a pale person, and obviously this cover is, I don't think it's quite white, it's quite cream. One of my favourite foundations is the Rimmel Wake Me Up, and it does suit me really well, but it's a little bit darker, I think. So I'm going to go with my YSL All Hours. This is my absolute favourite foundation, and it's the most bougie foundation that I own. But it's like, it's the best colour matched foundation to my skin. As you can see, I've got like a dry patch here that I am working my way through. So yeah, this is my absolute favourite foundation, and it was recommended to me to apply it with a brush. This is when I got colour tested, they use a brush. I do have the primer somewhere, but I'm not going to bother with that. As you can see, I am a pale ass. Like, we've had one of the hottest summers on record here, and I'm still this colour. Like, what the heck? So have any of you guys actually read Eat, Pray, Love? I have not. And isn't it, did they make it into a movie with Julia Roberts? Is that the movie that I'm thinking of? I've not read it, I've not watched it, obviously, otherwise I would know who was in it. It's just not a book that's ever grabbed my attention, but it makes sense that it came up because my initials basically make the first word of the title, so I'm not completely surprised that that's the book that came up. I don't, like I said, I don't wear makeup every day, mainly because I can't be bothered. I love my makeup when it's done, but I don't always love, the hassle of getting it on. Sometimes I love to do nothing, like sometimes when I'm preparing for a video, I like nothing more than sitting for ages and trying out makeup and stuff. Wow. I am pale. So I'm just gonna put a little bit more there. Yeah, sometimes I just love to play with makeup for the sake of playing with makeup. but most of the time I stick to the same things. The things that I normally change up is lipstick when I wear it, and highlight. Those are the most fun things to change for me. Right, so that's my base. I think we can agree that I matched the colour of the book perfectly. I am like a ghost. I think that is safe to say. So I'm going to set it with this powder, which is supposed to be like a colour correcting powder, and just set that. It is already a matte foundation, but I do have oily skin, technically combination skin with this dry patch that I've got going on at the moment, which normally I don't get any dry patches on my skin. I am just oily. Yeah, normally I am just oily. So, right. And yeah, I am not a makeup professional by any stretch of the imagination. I think that is perfectly obvious, but I get by, and most of the time I'm happy with how things turn out. So I'm going to move on to blush, and I think this blush is a nice match for the word Prey, the colour of that, because this is Antique by Sleek, and it's a nice neutral blush. I love this blush, it's one of my favourites. I do struggle to, I think it's an autumn winter blush, so as we're moving into autumn I think we're going to be alright. This is the first time that I'm using this blush brush. This is a Real Techniques blush brush. Normally the one that I go for is my unicorn one that looks like this. This is one that I use to apply my YSL blusher, but I thought I would attempt to use this for the first time. I thought, as it's a blush that I know, I can judge the brush. I just really like sort of neutral coloured blushes. I don't really go in for pink blush. I just think it makes me look like a clown. I'm definitely more of a neutral person, so this book cover worked out really well for me. Because like I say, like if it had been a really bright and bold cover, like I'm trying to think of an example of a really bright and bold cover, but I literally can't think of any right now. Most of my books seem neutral as well. I would have struggled maybe. Like I watch a lot of the beauty community videos, because like I say, like even though makeup is not my passion to the degree that books are, I still have an interest in it, and I like to know about new products and how they perform and what not to waste my money on, and you know, things like that. I'm just blending this out now. I used like a cleaner thing to try and take some product off so I can just blend this in. You know, I like to know what's coming out. I like to know if it's good, if it's worth my money, if it's not worth my money. So yeah, I don't bother with bronzer or anything like that because I normally just come off orange. So I normally just do blush. So next up, we will move on to, well, I'll put my primer on for my eyeshadow. Yeah, I wish that I was better with makeup than what I am, but I've definitely gotten better after watching sort of the beauty community videos. I get by enough so that I'm happy with my makeup most of the time. So yeah, while that is setting, I think I will do my eyebrows if I can find my brow brush. Here we go. I watched another video by Richard, actually. Was it last night or the night before? I'm completely losing track of my days. This is a brow pomade. About BookTube and how it has changed over the years, and I definitely see that. I have been contemplating doing like a video response. Do you remember the days of YouTube, or BookTube I should say, when we used to be able to record like and upload actual video responses to videos? That was how like we used to do all our tags, really. You know, the videos used to be linked in the bottom of people's videos. I remember it so well. But I mean, I have always just been a very low level booktuber. I just do my own thing, and I definitely agree with what Richard said about there seems to be a very highbrow section of BookTube that looks down on people for what they read. Sort of a oh, you haven't read this or you haven't read that, and that is not really the type of community that we've ever really been. You know, you find the booktuber that reads what you're interested in. You know, I read a selection of things. I mean, for the longest time I've been in, you know, kind of a romance, I don't want to call it a slump because I'm enjoying what I'm reading, but that seems to be what I'm enjoying reading. That's what I'm focusing on, you know, particularly in the historical romance genre. That's sort of my niche. That's what I enjoy. I also enjoy sort of contemporary romances as well. That's just what I enjoy. I'm sorry if you can hear kids playing, screaming, shouting. I actually have neighbours that are like the children from the corn. They are absolutely, they terrify me if I'm honest. You're like, how can a bunch of kids terrify you? Honestly, they are like the children of the corn. They are demons. They're demons. They're demons. That's what they are. Just demons. But yeah, like I was saying, like there just seems to be an assumption that some people are better than others for what they're reading, and I don't think that's on personally, but I'm just going to stick doing what I'm doing because I make my videos for me more than anybody else. I enjoy talking about the books that I read. I have always done that, and I'm always going to carry on doing that, basically. So on to eyes. I'm thinking this is where I'm going to probably get the most pops of colour, is the eyes. So I'm going to use the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette because I'm thinking that we have a yellow, we have the more brown, not so much pink, but I was thinking that I can maybe pop, this is why I don't record beauty videos, because I don't have the skill, one of these BH Cosmetics eye lights, and this has like a pink bluey purple shift, which also matches like the flowers on the cover. So I'm thinking this is a good match. So eye makeup is not my specialty. Like I said, I normally stick with neutral because it's safe and you can't really fuck up neutral, if I'm honest. First of all, I'm going to set my eyelid primer with the colour Parch because it is a neutral colour, very pale colour, that can just set it and act as a base. I haven't played around with the Jeffree Star palette very much. I was so excited for it to come out, and then since it's come out I've not used it as much as I thought I would, but in all honesty, where we've had such hot weather, I haven't put makeup on very much because it's been so hot. All it's going to do is melt off me, so there wasn't really much point in wearing a lot of makeup. So this is how real people put on makeup right here. I wish I could make one video where I don't act like some kind of moron, but it doesn't seem like that's going to be in my future anytime soon. So, base on, I'm going to take kind of, if I can find the one I'm looking for, brush like this and take kind of one of the neutral colours and start putting that into my crease. I'm taking the colour Subtle, perfect name for a neutral eyeshadow colour. Start building into the crease. I might at the end insert like a higher quality sort of video, because I don't know how much of this you're actually seeing, because you know, we'll see, we will see. I'm sure I'll think of something. Okay, that is a really beautiful neutral colour. I kind of wish that I was sticking to neutrals today and I could just wear that. And I always manage to do one eye better than the other. I don't know if anyone else has this particular problem, but I always manage to do one better than the other for some odd reason. Okay, do they look even? I think I've said it before in the few makeup videos that I've done, is that I tend to put makeup on in an attempt to look a little bit less dead, and that's kind of what I hope for from my makeup, is just looking a little bit less dead. Okay, I'm going to go into like one of the pinky colours called Taste Buds, and maybe just put a little bit of that here, a little bit, not too much. Let's see how we get on with that. In person it's looking okay. I don't think it's picking up best on camera. I'm definitely going to have to find a way to include either some pictures or some video of close-ups of the colour. But I'm happy with how we are progressing with that. I need to check out more people's attempts at this as well, because Richard's was the first one that I watched, and that's the only one so far that I've watched, but he really made me want to do this video. So, and his turned out really well. His sort of like green eye look gave me all kinds of envy. Like, I loved it. Okay, so next I'm gonna try and I think and work in a pop of yellow. I'm thinking I might go over the crease colour, because I don't want it to be bright yellow. I just want a little bit of yellow, just so that we know that it's there, but I don't want it to be the focal. And I think if I clean that off and blend it a bit, a little bit more. You see, like, you can tell there's kind of a bit of yellow there, but it's not bam yellow, because I think that would either make me look like Big Bird or Sick. One or the other. They either make me look like I belong on Sesame Street or the morgue. One or the other. That one. Okay, I think they've evened out. Okay, so then I'm going to take... Oh, now I'm torn, because I feel like now this one will go really well, but that's just plain yellow. what I might do is put the pinky bit where we put the pink this side and the yellow bit there. See how well that turns out. I love these things. They're kind of like a dupe for the Stila liquid metals. So they have really beautiful sort of high shine to them, and they do stay, they don't crease, which is really good, because I did worry when I bought them that they would. Okay, so we've got that colour there. Just got a little bit under my eye. I didn't bother with concealer today, I just realised. How bad. And then yellow one. I'll put the, oh wow. Try and avoid getting it in my eyelashes, which is a skill all unto itself. Bam. I think we've managed that okay. I think it's gone a bit better than I anticipated. I can bin. I am really happy with that. That's turned out better than I anticipated. Might just go back in just to help blend some of over that glitter, so it's nice and defined. Like that. Yeah. Bam. Okay. And then really all that's left for me is highlight and lips. So I'm gonna bring in a touch of in the picture there's like a really nice violety lilac-y purple, so I'm going to bring that in with the highlight, and I'm going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Aurora in this colour here, Spectra, which is obviously like a purpley highlight, because I feel like obviously the face is very neutral apart from the eyes, so I think I'm going to bring in that pop of purple. I absolutely love Anastasia highlighters, they are stunning. And then this side. I like quite a bit of highlight. I might take a little bit of Luna over the top just to give it that sort of silvery sort of highlight the purple with white, if that makes sense. And then a little bit there, and then a little bit there. And then the lip colour that I'm going to use is also, it's kind of neutral because it's the MAC Cinderella gloss in the colour Happily Ever After, but it has sort of those reflective pinks, purples, blues, but it's very subtle, so again I feel like it's very much in line with the book cover. Boom. There we go. I think that tied everything together nicely. There we go. So, as promised, I've tried to insert sort of more HD zoom in of my face, I guess, which feels weird. So boom, highlight, and like I say, very neutral blush and gloss. Can't get much more neutral than gloss. Obviously it's quite hard to see my eyes behind these massive frames, so I'll take them off. So, oh, it's very hard to keep my eyes closed and record at the same time. That's weird. So like I said, try to go for sort of yellows and purples, mix them together so they're not too in your face. I didn't want to put mascara on today because I've had very sore and irritated eyes. So that's why I avoided sort of mascara and liner and anything like that. But again, I think that's very much in keeping with the very neutral essence of the book cover. So there we go. How do you think I did, guys? Do you think this was a good challenge? Yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, please let me know in the comments down below. I always love to know. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. Happy reading.